Hello, it's me, Russell Look, with another Kundalini exercise. Do you have trouble responding, not reacting? What's the difference? Well, I suppose reacting is like if you touch something hot and you go, "Ah!" like that. Responding would be, oh, I see I've burned my hand there. I perhaps won't touch that gas ring again. Response, I suppose, implies that you've got some control over your relationships and your reactions to external stimuli. Say you find yourself getting upset a lot, losing your temper a lot, getting overly agitated by, I don't know, addictions, or even if you wouldn't qualify them as addictions, attachments, desires to other people, things that you want, things that you fear. I think if you can respond rather than react, it means, I say, a little more personal sovereignty, that you're operating from within yourself, that you're not wholly and solely governed by the limitless strings and tendrils that tether you to the external world, almost like a second nervous system. The first nervous system, your consciousness to your body, so that you can make decisions about how and when to move this anatomy, your anatomy. The second one, the external world coming in at you through the senses. Some say the skin like a second brain, receiving all this information. One of my dogs is with me, so sometimes you might hear a little murmur from her. She's a rescue dog. We got her when she was like 11, we guess. She's essentially a kind of combination of like a living carpet or a kind of canine sheep. Hello, darling, yes. Darling! She's deaf, she's dumb, she's blind, but by God, she sure plays a mean pinball. Now, let's get on with this personal awakening. It's a Kundalini meditation. It's one of the crazier ones, actually. You'll like it because it seems a bit weird. And sometimes you think, how can this work? But respiration, consciousness, the way that we control it, control the form, control the body. What if our body is sort of like antenna and consciousness is to some degree non-local? What if the reason that great genius is in the fields of art and science come up with these ideas, as David Lynch says, presumably metaphorically, as if the ideas are out waiting to be caught like fish? What if there is some sort of platonic realm of uber ideas waiting to be realized? If energy can't be created or destroyed, only transformed in the most rudimentary physical sense, perhaps on some level there is energy to thoughts. Perhaps they are transmitted, received. Perhaps the mind is closer to a radio than an engine, say, maybe it receives information, receives wisdom. Maybe Christ, Buddha, them lot, sorry, I was a bit dismissive of these great divine beings, are more like channels. Lord, make me a channel of thy peace. I was very aware of that prayer today. I just thought, let peace come through me so that I'm not continually entangled in my own wants, needs, fears, etc. So let's try this thing out, shall we? Apparently for this, we'll start with the Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. We'll check how likely we feel. Like maybe this is a good time to do this is if you've just had an argument. You feel like you might have an argument. If you've had some news that's upset you, this will be a good time to do it. This is a good time to do it. Right now is a good time to do it. Okay, so you sit comfortably in a cross-legged position. That's called easy pose in Kundalini Yoga. You put your hands thusly, arms at the elbow. You do this mudra. You put your little fingers like that, as if perhaps you were doing a shadow display of peacocks to a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Doing shadow puppetry with your hands. It's something I do on the regular, tell you the absolute true. So put your hands like that, right? Close the eyes. 45-degree angle. Bend your elbows, lift your forearms so that your elbows are not resting on the ribs. From elbow to fingertips, the forearms are at 45-degree angle. The hands are in Gyan Mudra, the tip of the thumb touching the index finger. Now, the breath, this is the wacky bit. The breath is you inhale deeply like this. For 4 seconds. Whistly inhales. Who does that? We does that. You do a nice whistly inhale like that for 4 seconds. It's good. I can feel that I'm going to buzz off this. Then you hold for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you cannon blast that air straight out your mouth again. That's the exhale. Then you're back to the inhale. Oh, I lost my 45. Hold for 4. So once more. Now, when we do it on the day, as they say in TV and film, we have our eyes shut, thusly. We'll be sitting super straight, pulling our chin in like that. Super important, the posture. Even sort of tip your pelvis a bit. Make sure you're sat nicely on your bum bones, as they are medically known. Now, you can do this for up to 11 minutes. Maybe I'll do it for free because, you know, who's going to sit on Instagram watching this or YouTube Awakening to my great channel on YouTube, which you should subscribe to if you don't already feeling high. I think it's having my fingers like this while going, it's going to make you feel something. It's not the same as normal life, is it? If you think of how you breathe normally, unconsciously, the very access point of your life, the portal to your being, undertaken unthinkingly. Anyway, so you do that. Now, at the end of doing it 3 minutes, where I'll hear Demaya here, who's helping me with this process, say, time, and you'll hear it as well. And you go, I wonder who that is. Well, you'll never know. When you hear that, you inhale deeply. You hold that inhale for 10 to 15 seconds while you stretch the spine and tighten every fibre of your body. Now, I'm going to interpret that as meaning that you have to go like this, okay? Put your hands up, and stretch up, tighten every fibre of your body. That means you sort of tense the face, tighten the bum, pull the tummy in, stretch the hands, and it says for 10-15 seconds. Then you cannonball the exhalation. Then you do it again. You hold for 15 seconds, stretching, tightening your bum up. Now, you're going to look stupid while you do this, but you're probably on your own or with someone you love. You know, hopefully you're not doing this like on a train or something. I mean, there's going to be all sorts of complications. If you are, you do the cannon breath again. You do it 3 times. Okay, so just to recap, 45-degree angle, Gyan Mudra, eyes closed, sat like that, chin in. Inhale for 4 seconds with a whistly breath. Hold for 4 seconds. Cannonball out. Or cannon breath out. Can't say cannon without saying ball, can you? Then do that. We're going to do that for 3 minutes. At the end of the 3 minutes, we're going to stretch up with a big inhale. We're going to hold for 15 seconds, tension everything up. Really giving ourselves a good going over. Really tensing up so like maybe you might do a little fart or something. You know, these things happen in the life. Then you do it again. Oh, you know, you exhale at the end of that. Then you do it again. Hold for 15 seconds. Then you do it again. Hold for 15 seconds doing the tension. Then we're over. And we'll go into the 3 Satnams and then we'll review it. And the point of doing this is to allow us to respond rather than react. We've got to try these exercises. Is your life working great right now? Are you in a position where you can be cynical about potential spiritual methods? How's consumerism working for you? How's investing in falling in love with people working for you? How's smoking going for you? How's it all working? How's the chocolate working? What are you going to do? Live your life tied to the material world, waiting for some knight in shining armour of whatever gender it is you're into to sweep you up and off into some mystery? Well, let me tell you, the reason that knight image has prevailed is because it's within you. And this is what you must engage, and this is what you must find, and if you don't, trouble will ensue. But if we do it, then great powers will be unleashed on our behalf and on the behalf of greatness. So let's get on with this, shall we? Okay, I've explained the exercise. Let's, for God's sake, light a match so that there's at least one candle lit in this crazy realm, and then we'll get on with it together. I'll put this over here because I know you lot are looking at the back of the shot, you perverts. There you go. Now what do I do with this? Don't it sound like when you light a match, find that the smoke from the match is somehow, this happened then, gone into your mouth. Drug addict. Never goes. I want to remind you, your focus should be at the brow point. Your focus should be at the brow point. Your focus should be at the brow point. We start with the Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Sa nam. Sa nam. Sa nam. It's a good one, that. It's intense. It's intense. I could have done it a lot longer. I wanted to do it longer in a way, because it's not that hard. Like breathing in for 3 or 4 seconds, going, it's quite satisfying actually, and then holding it for 3 or 4 seconds, it's no big deal. And then the hard part is making sure that you get your breath out when you do that. Then when you do the inhales at the end, right? Like I get, sometimes you catch a bit of spit or something, and you go, and you feel like spit in your throat. I felt that a little bit, and that it caught my throat a little bit, and that was interesting. I was very aware of this dog doing her own little breath regimen over here, my dog Carly, that I told you about before. What I feel like these exercises do is they awaken a truer, deeper, sovereign self. So remember, the intention was how to respond, not to react, even though we may have given it a slightly jazzier title to make it alluring to you. That's the point of it, right? And I can see that what it would do is it makes me feel at ease and at home in myself. And if you live your life, imagine, look, is it absurd that you would spend an hour a day doing this stuff? You know, like the Dalai Lama's meditating 8 hours a day. You know, a lot of people that live the spiritual life, they meditate 4 hours, 5 hours a day. And you think, well, what, just sitting there doing nothing? Well, how long do you spend looking at your phone? You get that weekly update, right? 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, staring at that fucking stuff. This stuff. But the fact is if you start doing meditative exercises like this, it changes your consciousness, the experience of being you. You are not just a set of data, memories, and characterized responses to stimulants, i.e. I usually do this, so I will do this again. You are more than that. The more you enhance the connection to the awareness, the more personal sovereignty it gives you, to the point where you can sort of still do what you want. You might still do crazy stuff, but you'll have more awareness. You don't have to do what you've always done. You don't have to. You can rewrite you. You can remake you. Isn't that the point of religion? Isn't that the point of personal development? Isn't it the point of science? To change, to create better, more optimal experiences. The fact is we are engaged with mystery. The fact is that the sensory instruments are limited and the capacity for knowledge is limited. Knowledge itself, limitless. Potential other forms of information and data, limitless. Ludicrous to assume that we have the necessary senses to receive all data if we amplify it significantly. Ludicrous to assume that we have the potential to understand limitless space. So therefore things will seem absurd because you are unable to see. You're looking at the tip of the iceberg of reality, basically. You're looking at a small slice of reality. So your evolution, your enlightenment, our evolution, our enlightenment will involve participation in actions and activities that might seem mysterious or even stupid. But I can tell you I feel better. I think it's pretty relaxing and pretty cool. Let us know what you thought in the comments. I'll get back to you. Remember to sign up to my mailing list at russellbrand.com. If you're not watching this on Russell Brand Awakening or Awakening with Russell, my side channel, go subscribe to that now. Thanks very much. Let's continue on our journey. Let's continue with our connections. Thank you.